Hi, this is Paul again. I've got another new video to show you, and I'm calling this Accurate 3D Geometry for Protein. In the last few months, I've been putting a lot of research into the geometry of protein by using a system I call CubicWONDER. CubicWONDER is an integrated system containing Plato cubes and Bucky cubes. The Plato cube is sliced into 40 solid pieces, and the Bucky is sliced into 40 solid pieces also. I discovered CubicWONDER and put it on YouTube in 2009, but I guess academics showed no interest whatsoever. They said that everything was chaos, and they showed the chaos theory. Anyways, what's interesting about this system is that the 40 pieces will break down into 8 Chico and Chica cubes. Now the Chico cube could be called male or it could be positive, and the Chica is female and it could be negative. Okay, now I've got something interesting to show you. In my last video, I was getting some amazing results using quad step on the geometry of protein. I've been doing some more research and I've come up with some more stuff, so this is what I've come up with. Now in front, I'm showing how the string of CubicWONDER can keep on expanding automatic. Now this geometry is perfect for the sequence of protein. Now if you look in front, I show lines. I show the lines 1/3 and 2/3. This is the dual in 2/3 that I showed in my earlier videos, and it seemed to have got a lot of interest. Now something I'd like to add. If you look at the geometry, I'm using the Bucky cube and just the Plato outline. Now I realize if we put 8 Bucky cubes around that outline, we'd have an octahedron in the center. So we don't really need anything inside the Plato cube. Now there's another amazing feature about this system. You can whittle down the internal geometry. Okay, we are showing 8 Chico and Chica cubes. Let's whittle it down to just 1 Chico and Chica cube. Okay, now we'll take a look at the animation just using a Chico and a Chica cube. And she can keep adding on automatically. It looks pretty good to me. Okay, we can whittle down once more. Let's go from the Chico and Chica cube and just leave the purple and yellow tetrahedrons. Okay, now we can zoom in on the molecular structure. In my last videos on the 2/3 duo, I showed how the quad step rings and everything could show the molecular structure for different elements. This is not something to look down a person's nose at. This is not chaos. This is a wonderful order. And because intellectuals ignore this order and just give us algebra equations, that's not the answer. Okay, let's move on. Now I'm going to show you how to make a helix. Okay, we'll start with a string of 4 Bucky cubes and 4 Plato cubes. Okay, the next step is to put rings of 24 ball quad step rings around the vertices of the cubes. Okay, I'm going to take away all the colored balls except the red balls on the 24 ball rings. Okay, now I can put 2 helixes around the balls to show an alpha helix as they show on YouTube. They show the helix as a ribbon. This could be converted to a ribbon, but I'm not sure how to do that. Now what is amazing is that these 2 helixes can only be produced by Bucky cubes and Plato cubes in this orientation. So what I'm saying, it can only be done with CubicWONDER. What I'd like to know is, why have CubicWONDER been suppressed for 15 years? Scholars that suppress CubicWONDER for 15 years are a bunch of swindling scoundrels. There's no other word for it. It's obvious they don't want anybody to know that for the last 6 decades they've been pushing chaos down everybody's throat. And they preach to everybody that they are the source of credibility. I guess when they give us chaos and somebody like myself gives three-dimensional order, they call me a crank. I was called a crank last week on a YouTube. Anyways, let's get back to this three-dimensional order. I've got something else to show you. Okay, up to now I've been showing the string going in a straight vertical line, but it can also do bends. Let's take a look. I've put a little anim together to show how it goes. It's not perfect, but it shows you how it goes. And I'll reverse it back. But you can see there are 8 vectors to every cube, so the bend will take any one of them vectors. I guess if you get a professional, he'll be able to make this thing talk. I think I'll give a rotation to this assembly also. And you can see as it's rotating that it's in the perfect three-dimensional assembly. Anyways, I think I've showed enough three-dimensional order for today. So for those that think three-dimensional order is a lot better than two-dimensional chaos, this is Paul saying thank you very much for watching my videos.